Ororo Munroe has been seen as distributing hard drives containing exfoliation methods and ways to safely contact mutants around the world. We recovered and examined one such device and found it to be what she proclaims it is, and it does not appear to be a Trojan horse for any malware. We've seen some evidence that mutants in Liberia are being detained and ransomed for fast-tracked access to their Krakoan medicine. This will likely pose a mutant response, sir.
Last night, my sister administered the Krakoan medicine of the mind to our mother without my knowledge. My mom has been in poor health for roughly 4 years and hasn't remembered me for the last 2. So you can imagine my shock when she walked up to my door and knocked. While I'm excited about my mother's overnight improvement, there are, however, 2 pressing drug purchases to discuss. There were 2 large purchases in the last several days from the same buyer. The first was a large supply of Krakoan medicine from the black market. The other was the purchase of the cyanide through Shellcorp at a madripoor called Harmonious. It is my urgent recommendation that we immediately reach out to friendly Krakoans and alert them to the likelihood that a mass casualty event is being planned around their meaningful export. Captain Pryde, we met briefly once in Washington, D.C. You likely won't remember me, and I'm afraid I can't tell you my name. But I hope you believe what I'm about to write, because it is true. There were 2 major purchases within the last 2 weeks from the same purchaser that you should be aware of. One was of a substantial amount of the Krakoan drugs. The other was poison. I give you this info in the hope that your people can avert a tragedy that will hurt some already hurting human souls. You should also note that there is an organization called Ferendi at play as well. I'll send a second message after this one, with the coordinates of the warehouse where I believe the drugs were shipped to. If you are the woman I think you are, you will try to damnedest to keep sick people from dying for something as stupid as trying to destroy your new nation's economy. Good luck. My colleague Jeff Bannister gave me a heads up that evidently the Krakoan medicine flower thingies can be reworked into some kind of narcotic. I haven't seen any evidence from Hellfire Trading or Krakoa that would indicate the mutants have any part in the illicit activity. I do hope it doesn't become a problem that the import of those medicines. I thought I recognized you, but I couldn't tell with that hat pulled so low. I actually mistook you for a model, and we don't see many of those in Washington, especially ones that smell of ozone. I appreciate your discretion, Miss Munroe. Are we friends? If this is an attempt to coerce X-Desk, it will not lead to a favorable outcome. What was the outcome? My stop. Nice to meet you. Maybe we'll meet again sometime. Before I go, I need to thank you too. My mother has returned to me because of those miracle drugs of the mind. Don't take the word miracle lightly. Though my family is now depending on Krakoan medicines for the health of my mother, at least until a generic version of the drug can be safely brought to market, I declare that no coercion was attempted, bribe offered, nor accepted. You'll never guess who I met on the subway this evening. Storm! I studied film and photographs of her, but she was so much prettier in person. She was unofficially thanking us for our tip on the poison drugs that almost certainly would have murdered immunocompromised humans. Her perfume smelled like ozone. She was dressed like she was going out to meet David Bowie. She's so tall, her eyes were as blue as a sapphire. A remarkable one. Woof! Talk soon, Delores.